Welcome to Talking Halos. This is Derek Ciapola with my co-host, my partners in crime, Jared Timms and Nate Green. And this is our first podcast after the All-Star break. We're refreshed, we're renewed. Maybe not. I don't know. We're about to find out. Guys, how you doing? Starting with Jared.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. There was no break. I mean, draft stuff and everything. There was a break for the players and stuff like that, but no, there's no such thing as a break.
No such thing as a break.
No,
All right.
it's ever never ending.
Nate,
Doing good. Good to see y'all after the draft and ready for the second half to start. It's been boring without baseball the last couple days.
boring without baseball. It's been very boring actually. There's nothing really
There's
going on.
nothing
Like
going on.
unless you're a WNBA fan, I'm not. So then I'm like, well, okay, I'm bored. I'm going to a game this weekend. That's gonna be nice, but I'm bored. So glad it's back. Right away though, for our sponsors over here, we'll be right back. All right. So you guys have had some time to detox, decompress, kind of get some perspective on the first half of the year. And the question right away goes, I'm gonna start with Jared because I want the optimist first, and then we'll get the player hater at the end, Nate, to get his reviews on it. How are we feeling about that first half? I'm gonna start with Jared first.
First half, I'm going to be optimistic on the first half. Maybe not the second half, but on the first half, I'll be optimistic. I mean, I think coming into the season, if you would have told me that the Angels were 4 games out of wild card spot and 2 games under 500 going into the All-Star break, I think we would have taken the bet against that. All three of us. I don't think any of us were really expecting this. And it's refreshing. It's nice. It's good to see the Angels winning ball games. I never want to see the Angels not win ball games by any means, especially since they're going to have a really late pick. Not a really late pick, but they can't have a top 10 pick next year. I'd rather them win ball games than go out and absolutely lose it. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with the first half. I thought development wise, we've seen some players take some steps in the right direction. We'll see how that goes in the second half. And Mike Trout's been healthy for the majority of it as well. So that's another good thing too. So I said the majority of it. I don't think that he's been completely healthy, but for the majority of it, he's been healthy, which is good. So yeah, we'll see how the second half goes. But first half has been good. It's been good for what we thought.
All right. So my view on I told you, Nate, I'm saving you for last on this. My view
You're
is kind
fine.
of a mixed bag. I haven't been real pleased with some of the performance on there, especially pitching wise. I'm very disappointed with the pitching overall, where we're at in the rotation, so on and so forth. But we have seen the development. We've seen Joe Adele have a not fantastic, but pretty darn good first half of the year. So overall, I'm being consistent when I say this. I want to see player development. We've seen player development, and that's what I'm hoping for. Nate,
Yeah, Jared went to the win-loss record, and yeah, it's good to see them win some games, but it's a major overperformance. Like with what they've done this first half, like honestly, they shouldn't be in the position that they are in, based on how they've played the first half.
is that a credit to them?
It, yes and no. It's a little bit of a credit of like, yeah, they've won some games that they shouldn't have, but also it's a little bit of, wow, they've pitched so bad that they shouldn't have the amount of wins that they have. So like, yes and no. Um, I think the biggest thing for me is you're not seeing some guys get better like we want to. And I think the most frustrating thing for me is there really isn't a direction that this team has gone so far. Like, I wish that we would see somebody come out and say, like, hey, we are trying to win baseball games, or hey, we are trying to develop. I really don't care what the answer is, but like, let's just be consistent with what we're doing because we're not playing Logan O'Hoppe every day because we want Travis d'Arnaud in there because he's helping us win baseball games. But we're starting Jack Hanowitz every fifth day. Um, we're 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 signing Lamont Wade Jr., who is, you know, couldn't hit the last year and a half, and we're playing him a decent amount of time, a position he doesn't really play. We're letting Kevin Newman run out there every, a decent amount of time because of injuries. And it's like, so what is it? Are we trying to win baseball games or are we trying to develop? And like, don't sit here and tell me they're trying to do both because you can't. You cannot sit here and be like, hey, we're gonna win baseball games and we're gonna develop, especially when you've been as bad as you've been with the 99 losses last year and the 90 something losses the year before. So the direction of this team hopefully will come to shape here in the next week or two. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Question on that, Nate. What would you rather see instead of Kevin Newman or Wade Lamont?
Kyron Paris, fine with me.
You want him off the bench instead of playing every day in Salt Lake?
I I mean Lamont Wade Jr. was playing every day for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Like we were legit were running him out there every day for 3 weeks. Right after we traded for him, he was running out there every day because we had no Jorge Soler and Mike Trout was not able to play defense. So it was like, hey, we're gonna run Lamont Wade Jr. in right field every day. Heck, bring up Matthew Lugo and let him be the fourth outfielder. Like that's fine too. Um, Kevin Newman, like it's fine if that's the direction you're going to go with him being on the bench and playing part time or whatever. Like that's fine, but he really should not be getting everyday at bats. There should be nowhere should he be getting as many at bats as he's gotten with the way he's played this year. He hasn't even been a good defender. I don't know. There's just a lot of things with this team that's not making too much sense.
You're quick to answer that. Caught me off guard with how quick you were. He knew right away, Jared, where you're going.
No, I
Right
just want
away.
to. I just want to know because again, I mean, are we developing or are we trying to win ball games? Because obviously, those players that you mentioned, Nate, yeah, you're right. They're not helping the team win. But also, I don't want to put Matthew Lugo in a fourth outfield spot where he's not developing.
But that's what he is. He's a fourth outfielder at best. Like when you're really realistic about it. And then if you're
Kyron Perry,
if you're
yes,
gonna
yeah, you're right. But also, that's not development though. You got to let those guys go play. Like even if it is in AAA, like
That's fine
'cause-
if you want him to play, but like, did you really need to trade for Lamont Wade Jr. and take on, however much money you took on and say, hey, guess what? You're going to play every day for 3 weeks. Like, you could have brought Matthew Lugo up and said, go play every day for 3 weeks. And, when
correct.
Wade or when Soler came back, it's like, hey, Lugo, maybe you're not playing as good as we'd like. We're going to send you down or whatever. Like, Gustavo Campero is on the team right now. That's a perfect fourth outfielder. I'm totally fine with him out there because like that's what his role is. That's what he is. But to go out and acquire Lamont Wade Jr. because you didn't get enough depth in the offseason and just basically telling us you didn't do your job well enough of, oh, hey, we got to go get Lamont Wade Jr. who's hitting a buck 50 for the San Francisco Giants. And hopefully he's going to come here and have a resurgence because we see that all the time. I think every year there's a guy that comes to the Angels and gets a resurgence in his career. So I guess if that's the strategy you want to go, that's fine.
Thinking in the end, like, what do we talk about being the year? We want to see the young guys develop. So to me, if Kyron Paris is playing, I want him playing. I want him playing every day. That's how you're going to develop. That's how you're going to get better. If he's up here, he should be playing. If he's out in Salt Lake, he should be playing. He shouldn't be up here on the bench. Matthew Lugo, same thing. Wherever he's going to play right now, that's where he need to be. I think it's a fair thing to look for. Like they need playing time. Predictions for the second half, guys. Starting with Nate this time. Predictions
I,
for the
I
second half.
think I think that good luck is going to catch up with them. They're going to run into a little bit of bad luck. They've been the most healthy starting pitching in Major League Baseball, like almost in Major League Baseball history. Like this has not happened in a long time that teams have been able to run out the same five, which it looks like that streak will end here in the next week when Jack Hanowitz's spot's supposed to come up because I don't think he will make that start. But I think yeah, you're going to see this team. They're going to be in some games. It's going to be exciting, but they're going to lose. And I'm hoping that they do the right thing at the deadline. But I think it's going to be a pretty similar second half to what we saw in 23. Maybe not the buy and, you know, hope that some guys do well, but I think you're going to have a similar ending of, man, we were in it until, July 25th, and then we kind of leaked off and we finished 12 games out of a wild card spot.
Sure.
It's a rough schedule ahead. I mean, you go three at Philly, three in New York. You go to Seattle, or you come home, you play Seattle, Texas, which is not an easy 4 games out of the break. You get the White Sox again, but then after the White Sox, you get Tampa, who's a playoff team. You get Detroit, who's the best team in the AL, if not the best team in baseball. You get the Dodgers. So it's a tough, next 25 games, whatever that is that I just ran off there. So yeah, I mean, on top of that, I think their Pythagorean win loss record is like 42 and 54. So to Nate's point, they are playing a lot better than what their record is. I just want to see I want to see the young guys continue to play. I do. I want to see if it's not Kahanowitz, you gotta bring up another young kid. Please, like, don't don't let it be Dakota Hudson that's making a start every fifth
Carson
day.
Fulmer.
I Yeah, Carson Fulmer, that's fine. I don't mind him in the bullpen, but yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the day, on that stuff, I would prefer to see them play some young guys because it might get rough down the stretch here for sure, especially if the pitching is what it is, and we continue to see the run differential continue to skyrocket in the wrong direction for sure. So it might be a tough second half for Angels fans for sure, but like I said, if we continue to see the development, we continue to see them play decent baseball and win games. That's always fun as well. So it could be rough here though. So we'll see.
The schedule, you mentioned it, but even going a step further, you mentioned just that White Sox series. That White Sox series in early August is pretty much well, Oakland too. They have three in Oakland, and they've done well though. But Cincinnati's playing well. Chicago Cubs on there. Of course, they have the Astro series in August. July and August are a mess. I think the Angels are in a bit of a conundrum though because there's a good chance they're a hot mess at the end of August, but the trade deadline's the end of July. So let's just say they manage with Philadelphia, New York, and Seattle, Texas. Let's say they play, you know, let's see, what's six? Let's just say they go 5-7 in these 12 games leading up to July 31st. So they go 5-7. That puts you 4 games under 500. Are you going to be selling that?
100%.
4 games under 500.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's no. Are they or should they be are two different things.
Yeah, no, they are selling at that point.
I mean, I hope they are,
Yeah.
Because
but
they would have to jump like 6 teams at that point, most likely. Obviously, anything can happen, but you're probably looking at Kansas City, Minnesota, Texas, Tampa Bay, Seattle, and maybe a Cleveland would be ahead of them. That means they would have to jump 5 or 6 teams just to make the wild card. You can't be buying at that point. At least in 23, they were over 500 when they did their shenanigans, but you can't be 4 games under 500 and go buy.
I mean, what if by chance they play well with New York, who's been struggling for a while now? And what if they give Texas a series and they take 3 out of 4 from Seattle? All of a sudden they're 7-5 and 500 on July 31st. And what? Just 2 games difference,
Mm-hmm.
I
but
think they I
they're
think they need
500.
I think they need to go 2 games over 500 to be a legitimate contender over the next, what is it? What do we say, the 25th? So when is that? Yeah, that Seattle series. I think you give to the end of the Seattle series, the 27th, that
27th.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yep.
And how many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 games over that stretch. They have to go
Six,
7-4. They have to go 7-4
six.
over that stretch to be a buyer. Anything less than that, you would hope they sell at that point for sure. So, and it's going to really come down to that Seattle series because if I mean, they could sputter be 500 and then sweep Seattle at home, and all of a sudden it's like, well, we need to go buy some pieces because we're right in this mix. That's going to be the interesting thing. And then, I mean, do you give it another 2 games or something until you go buy? Like at that point, I don't know. There's a lot of interesting pieces out on that's going to be on the market though that are going to be 1 year rentals. It's just if the Angels can afford it, because they don't have a lot in that farm system. Maybe you go get a reliever or two or something like that, or you try to go get a starting pitcher, but it's gonna cost you. Pitching is gonna cost you.
And overall, I look at it and think, those are tough series. Going to Philadelphia has given them a hard time in the last several series they play against them. New York, okay, Seattle, they just won a series with Seattle, but or was it Texas? I forget which one it was. But nonetheless, it's these are divisional opponents. Seattle's pitching alone is going to give them problems. They better sell. But my overall prediction matches you guys. I think they're going to fall off. I'm just hoping they don't fall off too late. I'm hoping that they're going to fall off, just fall off now. So it becomes so abundantly clear they need to sell. It's a no-brainer and they sell. I don't want them to go into, if they're going to fall off, I don't want them to go into August 500 and then they don't sell and all of a sudden, here we go again. Same stuff. Just do it now if you're going to do it. I'm happy with the progress and of the year, but it's just I'm just thinking logically for you for the time moving forward. That's all. Logically.
Yeah, but the Angels don't think logically most of the time, do they?
No, they do not.
Do not.
On occasion, but
On did that okay. So briefly here before we get out of here, let's look at we know anything about pitching matches this weekend?
nah,
We
nothing's there. But
nothing's yet.
we can definitely predict it if you want to predict it.
Oh, if you want me to predict it.
I mean, we got points.
Philadelphia takes
We have points on the line here.
Philadelphia takes 2 out of 3 in this series. Maybe even 3 out of 3.
I need your pick.
They are an awful matchup for the Angels.
Is that for sure your pick, man? Because I'm putting it in.
Yeah, but
All right, Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, Angels lose game one. Kikuchi pitches good, but Luzardo gives them trouble. They win game. I'm just assuming Kikuchi's starting game one. He didn't pitch in the All-Star game, probably to start game one on Friday. I think they beat Taiwan Walker. I don't think Taiwan Walker is that good. And then Suarez has been unbelievable this year. I think Suarez wins that game. Phillies win 2 out of 3.
I'm gonna say loss, win. I don't know how, but they're gonna loss, win it. They're Phillies are gonna take 2-3 without knowing the pitching matchups at all.
yeah, I'm just shooting
I'm
without
gonna
knowing the
assume
matchup.
it's Kikuchi, Soriano, and then
I'll flip it then. I'll go win, loss then because I think Kikuchi against the lefties is a good matchup. They got Harper, they got Schwarber, they got a few lefties in them.
I'm just gonna guess it's Kikuchi, Soriano, and then you're gonna have probably Kyle Hendricks.
Watch it be
Oh
Tyler
gosh,
Anderson and
Kyle
Tyler.
Hendricks.
Kyle Hendricks has pitched better than Tyler Anderson. It's not even close. And they really
Yeah.
only have 4 starters right now. It's sad that I'm saying it's not even close, but it really is not close how much better Kyle Hendricks has been than Tyler Anderson.
Well, that lines up with me never going for
Since,
their,
since the first since the first month and a half of the season or whatever. Because if you throw out that first month and a half, he's been the better pitcher lately.
that's
All
all.
right.
That's all I got.
I'm gonna throw a little promo out there. See if anybody remembers. I'm going out to California next week. I'm gonna be at the game on July 27th. The Mariners. If you find me in that stadium, 2 Angel tickets. Any game you want the rest of the year. That's it.
We have that budget.
I'm not paying. I'm not giving them first base line tickets now. I'm getting tickets, but not getting first base side.
Oh,
We're not that rich.
all right.
Anyways, follow us on X follow Nate at Nate Green 34. Follow Jared_Tims. Follow me at DC Paul. Follow the whole group at Talking Halos. Until next time, we're out here.